welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Netherlands 1, England 2 in the UEFA Euro 2024 semifinal. England wins one late. They're moving on to the final to play Spain on Sunday afternoon. We will be live for that one, and it will be a semi-suit for that one, a full-on suit for Copa final, but we're going suit day. We'll have the curtain jerker be a little bit more casual than the full suit for the final, for the Copa. So, with that being said, England were the better team in this match. They deserved to win. They were the better side. They were better throughout the game. I think it definitely hurt the Netherlands to lose Depay. Brought on Weghorst, he did nothing. Xavi Simons scored one goal, then quieted down like a rooster in the morning. Hate to see it. With that being said, goals are as follows. Xavi Simons scores a goal in the 7 minutes. Ball finds him, or he dispossesses a midfielder, I should say, but the ball does find him. Dispossesses midfielder. He makes an amazing run. Damn near slips on his ass as he's shooting the ball, but he gets it past Pickford. Pickford gets a hand to it, but in the end, Xavi Simons bangs one in, 1-0. Then in the 18th minute, England get a penalty. I don't like the call, honestly. Seems like it was really incidental. Momentum carried both Kane and Dumfries into each other. His foot was up, studs were up into the feet. Ball was already shot. I think it was an incidental contact, but they give the penalty. Harry Kane shoots it to the same side Verbruggen goes, but he just puts it past him. 18th minute, 1-1. Halftime, it is 1-1, but England definitely looked like they could have led this game at the half. They were the better team throughout this match, especially the first half, ever since the first goal. It's very similar to Spain, to be totally honest. Even scoreline, I wouldn't say England smashed Netherlands into the ground like Spain did France. But England had their moments to win this even before the 90th minute. This game should have been, honestly, done and dusted before the half. But England were legitimately the better team. This was England's best performance of the Euros. Like, they actually showed some initiative and fight. And, oh, well, they could actually do this? Their stars actually perform? I don't know if I would say stars, but I thought Saka had a good game. I thought Bellingham had a good game. Thought Kane, well, he scored the penalty, but I thought he had a good game. Foden, damn, I'm surprised he didn't score, to be totally honest. Honestly, I want to say Foden's man of the match, but we'll get there. But in the 90th minute, the ball's played into Ollie Watkins. Holds up the ball, turns, takes a shot, nutmegs a defender. It goes into the goal, the far post, pass for Verbruggen to make it 1-2. Last minute goal. And England lead with stoppage time ahead. 5 minutes later, that final whistle's blown. England wins 1-2. They move on to the final of the Euros for the second straight Euro. And this time, they could go one better. But this time they're playing a team who's won 6 in a row. All 6 of their Euro games, they're playing a team who's won them. Either Spain wins all 7, or I guess if they win on penalties, it'd be 6 wins, 1 draw, and then 1 shootout win. But, you know, if it's a trophy, who really cares about the minutiae of the situation? Or they give Spain their first loss, which I'm not so sure will happen, but we'll find out. Stats are as follows. After 90 minutes, which I did not think if England were to win, this would have been a 90-minute game. But again, they played their best. 7 shots to 9, 2 shots on goal to 5, 42% possession to 58% possession, 413 passes to 589, 90% pass accuracy to 92, 11 fouls to 6, 1 offside to 4, 3 yellow cards to 3, 0 red cards to 0, 3 corners to 0. I sort of feel like Netherlands were very, I would say, naive in this match. I think they were very naive to think that they could win this match the way they were playing. Losing Depay hurt. Let's just point that out for a fact. Losing Memphis Depay hurt. Donyell Malen, taking him off for Weghorst, you had to take somebody off, but I would have went double striker. I would have went double striker, frankly, after Depay came off. Weghorst, Malen, and Malen could sort of play that Depay role and let Xavi Simons come up to the 10. But for some reason, they were like, no, we're not. No, we're not. And I think Ronald Koeman was very naive. But he's not a good manager, but I think he was very naive in his tactics selection, his team selection, his substitutions. I think he was very naive, and it showed. I'm not saying Southgate's any better, but tonight he pressed all the right buttons. I don't like Southgate. I think he's a fraud. I think he's a punk of a manager who, with all the talent he has, is still going to sit back after they get one goal and take the lead and then they lose because of it. He pressed the right buttons tonight. I will give him his credit. He pressed the right buttons tonight. Bring it on, Ollie Watkins, Cole Palmer. The right subs. He pressed the right buttons. I do think Netherlands got screwed on that first penalty. I think it was a bad call. But even then, let's just say this final goal still happens. You're at least going to extra time. So when you look at the situation, it's not really like, oh, England were going to lose without that pen. It would have been extra time, but at least then we'll see what happens there. But I think England wins this game in extra time too. And penalties, I think they have the better penalty takers now that Depay was off. So in the end, he pressed the right buttons. Southgate did. He pressed the right buttons and he found his way through this match. The team carried him. They showed their talent for once in this tournament, which hasn't really happened throughout this Euros. The team has shown their talent overall. I think the sub for Luke Shaw and Trippier at the half, I think that was a very smart play. And honestly, I saw some runs through Shaw that could have definitely ended up through goals or into goals. So again, another shocking thing where it didn't end up truly working out. But if you watch the game, you're like, yeah, that would work. That worked. It didn't work out completely, but there was the moment of, hey, Shaw changed the game. Definitely was more flowing down the wing, that flank with him instead of Trippier. Smart play, but, you know, it's a good play. It was a good play. I actually will give Southgate credit. I know if there are English fans that watch this, they're probably going to be like, you what, mate? You're giving Southgate credit? That was more of an Aussie accent than an English one, that second part. But I actually have to. I actually have to give Southgate credit because he pushed all the right buttons today. Simple as. He's a horrible manager, I agree. He is the Berhalter of England, I agree. Probably worse. At least Berhalter has him playing vertically. To be honest, he has him playing vertically, he has the ball going forward. They attack, they have the talent to do so. England, on the other hand, they get a goal. They sit back and say, you know what? We're good. We got one goal, even though we have all this talent. We have Bellingham, Saka, Foden, Palmer, Kane, Mainu. It was a sit back, though. And speaking of, Kobbie Mainoo was amazing tonight as well. We cannot forget that. Kobbie Mainoo had such a great game in midfield. What a tough game. What a strong game from Kobbie Mainoo. Beautiful game. Amazing play from him. To me, even though Foden and Mainoo didn't score the goals, I think they're the two players that I would really say, you know what, man of the match. You are the man of the match. I'm going to stick with Foden, but Kobbie Mainoo, big shouts to him. Amazing match. Amazing game in the midfield. Controlled it perfectly. Declan Rice played well as well, but Kobbie Mainoo really shined today. For sure. As well as Phil Foden. Phil Foden shone out today. People say he's a fraud when he plays for England. Not tonight, no. Definitely could have scored a goal or two. That was the Phil Foden from Man City. That was Man City Phil. Straight up tonight. That was Man City Phil. And I'm honestly surprised to see it. I won't lie, but that is Man City Phil. That is the Phil I expect to see when I hear the name Phil Foden. Amazing game from Phil. Man of the match in my book. Should have scored multiple goals. I'd definitely one, maybe two. Should have scored multiple goals. Amazing game. Absolutely random roughshod. Great game from Phil Foden. As well, Pickford played a good game at goalkeeper. I honestly am still more of a Ramsdale guy, but Pickford had a damn good game in net, I think. Made some really big saves. Good for him. But again, England had so many good performances tonight. They deserve to go to the final. I have to admit it. I hate to admit it, but I have to admit it. They deserve to go to the final. They deserve the win. They're on to play Spain. With that being said, though, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe, and know what it is. Tell your friends, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification once subscribed, send some chats on the live streams, comment on this video, put it to playlist, share with friends and family, all that great stuff. I will see you at 5:55, 6 o'clock Central, 7 Eastern, for the double live stream. We start with Toronto FC, Forge FC versus Toronto FC, Canadian Championship semifinal first leg. And as that game goes, the Uruguay-Colombia game match will start. We'll be live for Uruguay-Colombia and the Copa as well. We'll have a double review at the end of that Uruguay match. I'm not changing my clothes. The Toronto jersey will stay on for the whole time. For both games and the double review, it'll just be one jersey. I ain't changing my clothes. And there you go. So double live, double review, Forge Toronto, Colombia, Uruguay. Starts at 5:55 and we move. So with that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations to England. Commiserations to Netherlands. Spain, England on Sunday. Be a good first final. Let's hope the Copa final's a barn burner too. See you later. Peace.